Alrighty guys, we're back for some Golgari Toxic, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat, and I play aggro decks, entity decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do get that Discord link as well as that relatively new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? First of all, this was a suggestion down in the comments, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Rocking all 4 Venerated Rotpriest here. It's a 1 mana 1/2 with Toxic 1, and whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter. Very powerful creature, we see it all the time, huh? Gonna have plenty of ways to bring extra Rotpriests onto the board, like March of the Burgeoning Life. This is an X and a green. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of green cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Then choose target creature with mana value less than X. So X has to be 2 if you're targeting the Rotpriest, right? Search your library for a creature card with the same name as that creature, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So obviously, the more Rotpriest you have on the board at any given time, the more dangerous it is for your opponent, right? We have even more ways to grab Rotpriest out of the deck with Invasion of Ikoria, which is an X and double green. We're realistically looking at this as a 3-drop. So it's a battle siege with 6 defense counters, but we're probably not attacking this very often. When Invasion of Ikoria enters the battlefield, search your library and or graveyard for a non-human creature card with mana value X or less and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Nice. So X or less. So X has to be 1, grab your Rotpriest from the deck. Or if the opponent already used a cut down on one of your other Rotpriests, then grab it back from the grave, so that way you have a better chance of drawing more Rotpriests, right? So I guess it does depend sometimes, because maybe there's a moment where the opponent's very close and you actually want to just top deck something that targets instead. So maybe you'd want to thin the deck. So I guess it's situational, but yeah. Just another great way to grab that Rotpriest, huh? What else do we got in here, guys? Well, have a couple Thirsting Roots, since it is a Golgari, and I have been struggling a little bit with 2-color decks for some reason. Just being able to grab a basic land is going to be great, but if we already have the mana that we need to see on the board, then we can always just proliferate, and that's just an extra poison counter at that point. Hopefully, right? As long as you got the poison ball rolling already. More ways to proliferate with Whisper of the Dross, which is a 1 mana instant speed. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn, and then you proliferate. Not bad, guys. We've played with this in the past, and it's actually it's kind of sort of a little tiny combat trick, which is cool. You can also target your own creatures too, like your Rotpriest. So, and Rotpriest doesn't die because it's only -1/-1. I think it's going to be excellent in here. I do. Got all 4 Tamiyo Safekeeping. I'm opting for this piece of protection because of the life gain in particular. I am going up against a lot of aggro builds, and they really know how to plug damage through. I think that extra 2 life off of Safekeeping is going to save us a lot, actually. Another 1-drop here. We got a 4 of Bilious Skulldweller, which is a 1 mana 1/1 with Death Touch and Toxic 1. So the Death Touch is going to come in handy because we have some fight spells here. We got 4 Infectious Bites, which is a 2 mana instant speed. Target creature you control deals damage to it equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Each opponent gets a poison counter. Nice. Obviously, that works really well with the Death Touch on the Skulldweller. Same concept with the Cosmic Hunger here. It's a 2 mana instant speed. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to another target creature, planeswalker, or battle. So what you can do with Cosmic Hunger is, of course, you can target one of your creatures and then target another one of your creatures. So that's 2 targets. And if you have multiple Rotpriest on the board already, then that's a bunch of extra poison counters, huh? In this deck in particular, I don't think it's going to be unheard of to actually have 3 Rotpriest out at a time. So yeah, something like Cosmic Hunger can be super deadly. So we have a Pestilent Syphoner here. It's a 2 mana 1/1 with flying and Toxic 1. Not half bad, guys, but just a 2-up. I don't think it would be worth all 4 of them, but it could be just a great way to, yeah, get extra poison through because flying is important. Got a couple Drown in Ichor, so this is a 2 mana sorcery speed, unfortunately. target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn, then you proliferate. That's going to hit a whole bunch of things. If this was instant speed, it would probably be overpowered. We got all 4 Blightbelly Rats. This is a 2 mana, 2/2 with Toxic 1, and when it dies, you proliferate. Not bad. Actually, what could end up happening too, you have like Rotpriest on the board, or 2 of them, and you have a Blightbelly Rat, or 2 of them. You can go Cosmic Hunger on one of the rats and target the other rat, and then they end up gobbling each other up, and then you'll proliferate twice, and you're getting all the Rotpriest going. So a lot of neat little synergies like that, and I guess, yeah, you kind of have to rely on it lining up, but I don't think it's going to be unheard of for it to line up, right? So the mana base, guys, I'm rocking the dual lands over here, as well as a single Seedcore and a single Mirrex as well. We don't want too many of these because, you know, like, how many creatures do we have? We only have 14 creatures in here. And of course, Invasion of Ikoria, we can kind of sort of count as a creature, but it costs more mana. Like, you have to spend 3 mana just to grab one of your 1-drops. Or, you never know. Usually you are grabbing the Rotpriest, but you never know. Maybe you'll end up spending 4 mana and you might grab one of your 2-drops like the Blightbelly Rat or something. So yeah, I didn't want the Seedcore holding us up, and Mirrex is just terrific in general, so I think that's going to be completely fine in here. The double green in the Invasion, it should be fine overall. We're heavily leaning towards green. We got a Who Endures, got an Abandoned Mire as well. Some honorable mentions over here, guys. Anoint with Affliction seems to be a very powerful piece of removal. Exile target creature. If it has mana value 3 or less, just straight up exile it, get it out of here, right? But then Corrupted, exile that creature instead if its controller has 3 or more poison counters. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, that seems pretty strong, but we're trying to be super aggressive. Like, this deck is more than capable of turn 3 victories, and that would look like a lot of Rotpriests on the board, but it is capable of it, so yeah. Necrogen Communion, same concept. We're trying to go really, really fast. I do think this is a neat card, though. Vraska's Fall, you know what, same concept. Bloated Contaminator, I'm gonna keep saying it, man, but this could be worth like a 1 or a 2 of, potentially. Tandem Takedown, it's up to 2 target creatures you control, get a +1/+0 until end of turn, and they each deal damage equal to their power to another target creature. So if you end up with like 3 creatures on the board, you could get 3 targets in with this one card, but I just went over it, right? We only have 14 creatures total in here. I don't know how often we'd actually manage to pull off 3 on the board and have the Tandem Takedown available. So, and then the top end Rotpriest, I thought I'd throw in the honorable mentions too. But yeah, we're trying to be way faster than playing out a 4 mana card. So, okay, guys, that's everything already. Nice. What would a turn 3 victory look like? It would look like a turn 1, you play out a Rotpriest, right? Turn 2, you play your 2nd mana and play a 2nd Rotpriest out of your hand, and then with your other open mana, you'd go march and exile a green card from your hand. You'd march out the 3rd Rotpriest, right? And then with your swing on the 2nd turn, hopefully you're getting some poison through. And then on turn 3, it would be Cosmic Hunger, target Rotpriest to Rotpriest. That would be 6 more poison counters, and then you full swing with the Rotpriests, right? I think that's what it would look. There's probably other ways to get a turn 3 victory in here, but yeah, that's just one example of how fast Rotpriest can be, right? I think I went over that, right? Either way, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. Let's go. All right, so what am I expecting from the build? I'm expecting a little bit, actually. Last time we visited a deck like this, it was just mono green, and it did really well. Okay, couple land. Okay. Opponent goes first, unfortunately. I'm going to keep this. No Rotpriest in the opener is, you know, makes us a little sad, but at least we can grab some with the invasions when it comes time. Oh, a turn 1 or a turn 2? I guess we go turn 1 because there's a chance we see an untapped land. And I think it's a better chance to see an untapped land than just, well, yeah, it depends. I think this was the path over the Siphoner guarantee. Because we also have Infectious Bite then too, but not yet. we actually need to see an untapped source first. Oh, they might just take this out right away too. Selesnya over there. Oh. That is Selesnya enchantments. I got a little confused for a second. My brain was telling me like mono white mid range because of the companion, but now not the only thing. Okay, Rotpriest is a good draw. I can only imagine. So Selesnya enchantments, their style of removal is really good against Rotpriest decks, unfortunately. And this is definitely a trade, so we're gonna go to no attacks. And hopefully they don't just remove Rotpriest right away, because I'd love to plug in some extra poison with that Infectious Bite next turn. Yeah, probably one that rocks all 4 ossification, and then the 3 mana removal as well. Which that one varies. Sometimes we see them run the one that has ward, which I think is pretty good, but the double white can be costly. And then there's the other way, more common one. This looks like an ossification then if it's naturalist first. And then ossification picking up Rotpriest is really good for them, dude. Land off the top. Oh, Bushwhack? Dude, that is not what I was expecting at all. Nice. I think they could get that swing in. Oh, no, they're actually holding back. And we found a 3rd mana. So we could go Invasion, grab Rotpriest. I don't know if that's the greatest thing to do. I think we need to get that Naturalist off the board. And it could be either or. The Drown we might want to save. Honestly, we might want to save both of these. It's actually a tough decision, guys. I'm going to go Drown in Ichor for the turn. How's that sound? One more poison, Naturalist is off the board, so if they want things to cost less, they'll have to play a second Naturalist next turn. And keeping that blocker back worked out well for them. In other words, that would have been an extra poison. See, that's something I wouldn't have done, and I think that was a great play from the opponent. I would have just swung, man, always looking for that extra little point of damage. But no, every poison matters. And they thought that through. If I had removal for Naturalist, then it would have been extra. So far, anyone's game for sure. There's the ossification. They must have, maybe they just drew that. Or maybe, and since it's not like, okay, Michiko's Reign of Truth. Okay. Might be getting a little lucky here, guys, because they didn't play like a Kami of Transience or anything for the turn. Something that actually buffs up. Infectious Bite is not terrible. I think this is the turn where we spend and we get our Rotpriest back from the grave, right? Because we don't mind seeing more off the top for this game at all. That's pretty good. We can always go Invasion of Ikoria again next turn. A worst case scenario is they just have a lot more ossifications packed into their hand, right? Since that gets around the Rotpriest. Ooh, well, the lifelink doesn't matter, and Infectious Bite doesn't hit that though either, so... Oh my goodness, dude. We might have to block here. Taking 8, and then they just swing in the air with Catilda. If they find removal for Siphoner off the top. Really didn't want to lose the Rotpriest though. You know what? It's looking bad. It's looking bad. We might as well take the 8, because I think that is just as bad as actually just chumping with the Rotpriest. Because there was also a chance that we found another land too. So that way we could Let's see, that blocks in the air. Michigo's Reign of Truth is going on to the companion, so that way they're splitting this damage through. See, we would have loved to be able to, like, target this companion. But we don't have too much land actually packed in here, so... Oh, they're going on to the Catilda instead of splitting the damage, which means our chump block... Oh, there it is. There, they split it. So that way now we're forced to block both of them. Oh, they found removal off the top. Oh no, guys. Oh no. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Good game, opponent. I mean, that looked terrific for them, but I think that could have gone either way. as like heavily as that began to lean towards them, I really do believe that. But you know, double ossification isn't unheard of in these decks. I like the Bushwhack edition. That was cool. Making sure to get the Rotpriest off the board early on. You know, Selesnya Enchantments is just absolutely stacked, dude. Absolutely stacked. So, the type of removal in that deck, too, is just so bad against the Rotpriest style build. So, I don't know. Even if they had more, like, basic removal, and the Rotpriest actually got extra poison, it still wasn't looking great for us. We didn't have a lot of great swings. We go first, one swamp. Alright, I guess this is a ball again, huh? See what we see? Okay. I'll send the swamp, and worst comes to worst, we can always grab it with the Thirsting Roots. Or we could just grab it now too, but that would have just been send the Thirsting Roots back. Like, we don't need to do this yet. We might actually need that for the Proliferate. Okay, Abandoned Mire coming down for the Black Source, getting the Rat on the board. And then, excuse me guys. What do we got over here? Hey, speaking of mono white mid-range, huh? Yeah, I don't know, like, when I saw the Selesnya colors in the Spirited Companion, like, I was like, oh, like, mono white, mid-range, splashing green. It's kind of funny, but... Okay, good draw. We could go Invasion of Ikoria for the turn, play the Rotpriest next turn, go for the Infectious Bite. Could always do this next turn too, but I think we're going to go Invasion of Ikoria. Yeah, they chump here. Well, hopefully they get a creature down that we can target next turn, though. That could be an issue. The X is 1. Grab Rotpriest. Library. Rotpriest, if it lets me select it. Alright, we gotta win before they get a board wipe. But that could be... that could be a problem. If it's a Sunfall style board wipe, then we won't get the... Okay, lay down arms. At least the Toxic Ball is rolling, right? Still have 2 mana open. It's gonna be another one. Alright, the Exile removal not getting the Proliferate through. Pretty brutal stuff, man. That slows us down big time. We don't actually have a target for the Infectious Bite. Land isn't the best thing to see. This is instant speed, but I guess there is a lot of... I was going to say, but there's not a lot of targets we can hit in mono white mid-range, but they actually do have a lot of 1/1s. Could be like even just a wedding announcement or something, but yeah. Could Proliferate for the turn while we have the open mana, but I still think we hold that back. It can't be as simple as a couple exile removals, man. Oh! Okay, it might be as simple as a couple exile removals, I guess. Adversary coming down. Invasion of Ikoria. Grab another Rotpriest. I guess so. Is there a better thing to grab with like a 2-drop? Not necessarily. Plus, if we go X is 1, I guess we'll use our open mana to probably just Proliferate. So much removal, guys. Yeah, I'll use this turn since we have the open mana. Yay, 2 poison, guys. We did it. Okay, Mire comes down. What even is happening, dude? Okay, we'll take the 3. Oh no, more land. Oh no. That's so bad, guys. We can't do anything on their turn, so we might as well do this right now. You guys can imagine how great that would be if we actually had those other Rotpriests on the board too. But yeah, no, that was a lot of spot removal to dig through. Dude, it's mono white soldiers. It's not even mono white mid range. What is happening? Oh, Mirrex is good. It's too bad it's more land though. But like that's not terrible. Best thing for us would have just been like another Infectious Bite or anything like that. Of course, we could always activate the Mirrex. So we're taking a good chunk of damage for the next couple turns. Brutal Cathar picks up the Rotpriest. No worries about extra poison. Oh no, guys. What a mess, huh? GG. I'm gonna go ahead and create a token and we're gonna let them play this out because they'll definitely be able to close up this one. Oh, Tamiyo Safekeeping. See, that would have been terrific over the Mirrex. We could have saved the Rotpriest for the turn. I gotta be real with you guys. I still feel like there was a chance here. This can't block. We might as well swing, dude. They might not even block here, but yeah. But they can quite successfully. And we can just activate this. Might as well. Might as well, guys. Back up to 14. And then we have the Mirrex activation again. We have 8, 10, 13. Vindicator. I'm surprised they didn't have a way to buff this board state. So it's actually mono white aggro with like a with some soldiers packed in, I guess. Yeah, because Adversary's not a soldier either, so. Drown in Ichor. That takes care of the Mire. Actually, we probably should have just targeted the Brutal Cathar, but we're out of cards in hand anyways. Yeah, I will drop them the GGs in return and let them swing on. And speaking of which, guys, I do like to let the opponents close out the matches, so always feel free to skip ahead to the next game. Got chapters at the bottom of the video and timestamps down in the description as well. All right, come on, guys, we could totally get there. I'm trying to think if there's ways for us to draw in a Golgari shell like this where it would have to be like 1 or 2 mana. I don't think 3 mana drawing for Golgari colors would be worthwhile. Can you guys think of anything? 1 or 2 mana to help keep our hands stocked. Like maybe a couple Audacity, but that's just, that's just if. That might not work either, but trample on some toxic creatures could go a little ways. Uh-oh, guys. The hands have been bad. Yee. Mulligan, I guess, right? Because the Thirsting Roots is generally... Yeah, I mean, we're heavily leaning towards green, so... There we go, much better. I guess we send a Forest. Turn 1 Rotpriest. Nice. Going first is huge for us. Plains. Okay, we have Cosmic Hunger. Invasion for next turn. Probably just going to play our Skulldweller over keeping the Hunger open. Really? Wow. Elspeth Smite. There's one we don't see often. Outside of my build, because I think this is criminally underplayed, dude. Nice addition, opponent. It's a good card, man. I like to see it being played. Well, at this point, I guess we go Invasion before combat then, grab a Rotpriest. Oh no, that exiles too. Dude, Elspeth Smite. Well, search your library, I guess. It wasn't a counter. We're going face here. It's 2 poison. Come on. Come on, guys. We can get there. It's like, if it's like Bant Control or Bant Ramp, then that's super scary. That's so scary, dude, if that's what it is. I guess attacking in here could just be like another Elspeth Smite, which would be a shame. Yeah, them picking up another Rotpriest would be bad, but we have to risk... Yeah. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do? We're gonna go Cosmic Hunger. You deal damage to Rotpriest. Yes. This is a lot of extra poison. Or that kills the Rotpriest. Resolve. Oh, I can also do this because we have enough now. We might as well. We're not doing anything else for the turn. I was like, what's sticking here? We don't need the extra damage, but 5, 6 poison. Come on, guys, we could totally get there. The Rotpriests have had a rough time sticking on this board, man. Wandering Emperor on their turn. Blightbelly Rat. It's not looking like you're gonna be able to do too much, buddy. If you actually have to die and not get exiled, I don't think that's happening. So I guess we play Blightbelly. Who Endures could actually pick up something, but going mana here and keeping the Cosmic Hunger open actually could be decent. Because they might decide to go -1 on the Emperor and keep another Emperor open in hand. I guess I will play this to keep the Cosmic Hunger open. We have all 4 Tamiyo Safekeeping in here, and it might not be enough, guys. We might need more protection for these poor little Rotpriests. It might also just be the builds we're going up against too, but... Nice. They didn't use the channel ability. Going +1. Okay. Yeah, Cosmic Hunger not doing too much there. Infectious Bite. I'll tell you what, dude. I'll tell you what. 7. And we might get a swing here with the Blightbelly Rat. We might actually just want to, I don't know what to do. Because if we double down on the Shigeki, that could be pretty bad. I'm thinking opponent. If we go Cosmic Hunger, we can try to take out the Wandering Emperor, which is probably the best thing we could do here. And then we'll swing. Swing at face, Infectious Bite, trade, we lose everything. I don't think that's worth it. So we just try to take out Wandering Emperor before combat, and then we might not even swing for the turn, just keep the Infectious Bite open. Because if we go swing, they block with Shigeki, we have Infectious Bite in hand, we go Infectious Bite, target Rat, target Shigeki, right? And they still have 3 mana open too. First things first, we got to get that Wandering Emperor off the board. Oh, crap, dude. Oh, no. So if we swing at the Wandering Emperor, they block. It's 2 extra poison counters. That's to 8, but then we don't have anything on this board. Is it bad enough? Did we get to that point of the match where it's probably the opponent's? Yes, yes we did. So let's go for the swing. Oh man, getting obliterated right now. So we'll go for this. 7 poison counters, proliferate. 8 poison counters. Man, we can really plug that poison in. If our Rotpriest survived like 1 extra turn. I think this would have been a different ball game, huh? Silver Scrutiny restocked that hand. Woo! Brutal stuff, dude. Brutal stuff. Land off the top, and I think we're going to have to give this one to the opponent just for the sake of actually seeing more matches. Let's see the top card before, because it might actually take them a while to close up the game. I'm probably going to drop the concede here. Oh, March would have been good at some point in this game, too. Oh, wow. There's a problem, though, and that is Wandering Emperor. So, Siphoner would have been great last turn, because we could have gotten the swing this turn. And then, while this was tapped, they wouldn't have had the Wandering Emperor for that last turn. Instead, we saw the land off the top. Man, I keep bringing it up, dude, but I think these technically could have gone either way. I hate to blame luck so consistently, but I mean, as of right now, though, don't get me wrong, we're definitely gonna have to like label this one jank when I put it up on Aether Hub. Oh, so they actually got the -3 on the Jace to prevent the Toxic from getting in the air, so they don't even have to successfully take care of this. I am curious, though, now to see what else is on top. They can go +1. Get that swing. Yeah, Siphoner was actually like a really good draw. Eee, more land. But you know what that could grab? That could grab our Rotpriest. There's a Rotpriest right there. Cool. That's funny, dude. Play that Rotpriest. We already had one in the grave, but still, if we didn't, then... Man. And if they didn't have the -3 from the Jace. Jace is underplayed Planeswalker, dude. It's solid. It's a great way to win games, too, for longer matches with that -X. Oh, Elspeth Smite number 3. Dude, I actually really like the opponent's deck. Props to them for playing a bit of a different version of Control. The triple Elspeth Smite, I mean, of course, I gotta be happy with this, man. I've been on board with this card for so long. It's great to see someone else playing with it. And I guess, like, we have seen a couple other people play with it, but I don't remember. So maybe not, actually. Oh, they can't target this Rotpriest, guys. Hold up. If they... Guys, all we gotta do is see something that targets off the top. Or proliferate like a Thirsting Roots, but then they could counter that. They have enough cards in hand. Guys, we might win, and I lost all hope. They even, oh. I mean, we still have next turn, too. Yeah. There's a good reason why we don't have too much land in here. They were probably sweating. Now they just need to remove the Rotpriest, and then that's that. Cycle through. Maybe they don't have removal for it, though. Memory Deluge, they can find the removal. Let's see. All of our Tamiyo Safekeepings chilling in the deck. All 4 of them. With 35 cards remaining. We have 2 more March of the Burgeonings. Cosmic Hunger, Infectious Bite. There's 2 of them here. So we have 6 of those chilling. Nope. 1 here. So 5 of those chilling. We actually have like a great chance of drawing something that targets, man. I'm glad I stuck this out. Well, it was so close, guys. Let's see that top deck. Is it gonna be a soul-crushing top deck?
Become subdued.
Okay, Teferi, Untap Celestis. Dude, I love the opponent's deck, man. So cool. Oh, it's just gonna be more land, actually. Hey, good game, opponent. I think I spent enough time here. Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. It looks like you were actually going to be able to wrap it up in a couple turns. But I'm sure they're used to people conceding. Like I said, yeah, I like to let opponents actually finish out the games, because there's so many moments where we have like this just amazing swing on the board and they concede before we get to attack, or just something like really cool. Like we played Valet like last week or so, and there's some moments, I don't think it happened recently, but there's some moments where we just have like this insanely large swing with Valet, and we're like, finally, it's gonna pop off, and then the opponents concede, and we're like, no, let me do the thing. So, you know, you never know when the opponents are feeling the same way. Let them have some fun. But in a case against control, I haven't been enjoying the hands, but I guess this is keepable. Like, we have a turn 3 grab a Rotpriest, so we might as well do that, right? Do we have to drop to 20 land? We might have to. At least this is utility land, though. Probably right into Mirrex, right into the Invasion. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, guys. Alright, Cosmic Hunger takes care of that. We don't need the mana fixing off the Mirrex since we're drawing land. 3 mana for Cosmic Hunger. Get that Thalia out of here. Get the Toxic Ball rolling. Come on, guys. I believe in the deck. I do. I do think we're getting a little bit unlucky. The deck is janky, but like at the same time, I think you guys know what I mean, though, especially in that last game. Wow. Whisper of the Dross. Okay. So, Forest. Brutal Cathar isn't that threatening to a deck like this, luckily. I mean, it's bad when it picks up our Rotpriests and stuff, but we do have ways to actually remove it when it comes time. So X is 1. Grab the Rotpriest. And then we'll have, hopefully, Rotpriest. We have Whisper of the Dross available. It is instant speed. So if they swing with Cathar, we block with Rotpriest, drop the Whisper. The worst case, of course, is just Cathar number 2. Or maybe they think something's up and they don't swing. On our turn, we'll have Cosmic Hunger and the Whisper to deal with it that way. With 3 mana available. Yep, they're holding back. Switching it to nighttime, actually. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it so that way the Whisper doesn't take care of that now. So that's bad. I wasn't thinking of nighttime. Maybe they have some flash creatures here. Rotpriest is a terrific draw, dude. Absolutely terrific here. If we switch it back today, they hit one of the Rotpriests. And then we don't have a way to actually hit the Cathar properly, so we have to keep it at nighttime for now. Unless we play the Abandoned Mire as land. I apologize, opponent. I am thinking, buddy. If I play Abandoned Mire as a land... No. We already have both of these open. What am I saying? The problem here is that we have to play one of these if we want it to switch back. Today, they pick up a Rotpriest, and then we'll be able to do 2 damage, which we won't be able to because we got to play one of these. Okay. My brain wasn't thinking that through properly, so... now I understand. There's their reinforcements. Okay. So we're probably going to just end up targeting ourselves a lot here. Switching it tonight was so good for them, dude. Wow. Because we were going to do our best to take care of that Cathar. And now it's going to be pretty easy for them to play 2 things this turn. Oh, it's going to be a Siege Veteran, though. Maybe buff up that Brute and swing in. They don't even need to buff it up. I'm just thinking more damage. That's exactly what they're doing here. How we feeling, guys? We feeling like we should use this extra mana to just target ourselves? Or should I hold back for now? 4 up to 5, and then another 2 up to 7, with the Proliferate up to 8, and then anything off the top that targets would do it. That's 3 mana. All right, we're doing this. We're doing this, guys. We're gonna show. So we do this turn because we need the mana for next turn. This is 4 poison. And then anything that targets off the top will get us there, because we target ourselves with the Whisper. We can actually do this turn too, which maybe we should. -1. We might as well, just in case. I don't know. Proliferate up to 8. Submit 1. Anything that targets. Anything else that targets our creatures. No, we can target our creatures with this, can't we? There it is, guys. There it is. Let's go. We finally got there, man. Oh my goodness. I thought it through, and I was thinking it through very slowly to just like make sure. The power of keeping Rotpriest on the board, and again, no Tamiyo safekeepings. just not there, man. So we probably need more protection. We're gonna actually end on a high note, because I do have a thing or two to say about the deck. We are 40 minutes in, and I got a few more vids to record today. So let's go over the deck list one more time. Here's the deck list again, guys. Thank you so much for the suggestion down in the comments. It was actually a suggestion on our build where it was just mono green, and they brought up that trying it out in Golgari would be cool, and they were right. This is pretty cool. The mana is, I don't know why the mana does that thing. Like, how many times did we have to mulligan because we only had swamps in our hand? I don't know why that's been happening to me so much, but when I go over the deck, I keep bringing it up. Like, these 2-color builds, man, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to find the mana we need. I actually thought that Thirsting Roots was going to help us out a lot in that scenario, and I think we actually might need to go down a swamp and go up a 3rd Thirsting Roots. I could easily see that being fine. The problem with Thirsting Roots is, yeah, you'd rather have a card that can target yourself, and like that Whisper of the Dross being able to target our Rotpriest, get 2 poison counters, proliferate, like that is just so ridiculously explosive. But if you go up like a 2nd Dross instead when you drop a land, either way, I think we want to go down to 20 land, as sketchy as that might be. And yeah, we do want to get to 3 mana often, or 3 to 4, so that way we can keep protection open, or drop double cards like Cosmic Hunger and an Infectious Bite on the same turn. I still think 20 land will be fine, especially with the 2 Thirsting Roots. 2 to 3 Thirsting Roots at this point. I haven't really decided. Just based on those games, the mana just wasn't lining up, but I don't know if that was the mana base's fault, or if we're just getting really unlucky with mana recently. It could very well be the mana base's fault. Cards like Mirrex obviously help us do a thing early on too. That kind of sort of helps us mana fix, but not by turn 3. If you have to do Mirrex early on, then you're still hoping for the double green when the invasion comes down. And that's if you actually had that in hand too. So that depends. I like all 4 invasions, but it was pretty slow. But like, with how much removal there was, like the Rotpriests were just not sticking on the board at all. So I still think we need all 4. We didn't get to see March of the Burgeoning Life today either, which is just, yeah. This is a good one, man. This is a good one. Even if you're not targeting a Rotpriest and you're just targeting a Skulldweller, that's still pretty solid. Something to be said, though. Yeah, no, I think all 4 of those is worth it, too, honestly. It's a big part of the combo. Like I said, we're probably going to have to put this up as jank on the Aether Hub, but it'll probably be called combo jank. As much as I'd like to call it aggro jank, it's heavily leaning into that combo, and so there are games where it's just not going to be aggressive, and then there's going to be other games where it's just like super aggressive. But yeah, I think it would be more along the lines of combo, right? If we go up any creatures, what would we drop? Probably the top end Invasion of Ikoria. Dropping this down to 1 or 2 means you're going to see Rotpriest less, but maybe we can try to get like more consistency out of the build in general. That is possible, right? So I don't know. What would you guys add or take out? The Seedcore obviously helps us mana fix for our creatures, but again, yeah, not too many creatures in here, and so we didn't want too many of the Seedcores either. I could see maybe dropping a Cosmic Hunger. No. An Infectious Bite probably. I think Cosmic Hunger is a little bit better because targeting two of our Rotpriests is just so powerful. It's so ridiculous to spend 2 mana and do 4 poison. Like, imagine if you spent 2 mana in mono red and just did 8 damage to the opponent's face. Like, that's kind of sort of what doing 4 poison feels like. And again, that's why it leans heavily into the combo, because if that was a thing in mono red, then it would be 2 mana for 8 damage, and it would be some kind of crazy combo that mono red's doing, you know what I mean? Weird example, but that's just what came to mind. I actually really like the Pestilent Syphoner too. There was a small chance against that control deck where the flying actually could have ended it. So yeah, I like the 2 of. Maybe we could drop like an Invasion of Ikoria and go up a 3rd Syphoner. That could be cool. I like the 4 Blightbelly Rats because of the proliferate, and it's this same concept that I brought up before. If you have like a Rotpriest and a couple rats, you can have the rats target themselves with the Cosmic Hunger. Get a couple things from the Rotpriest and then proliferate twice off the rats. Obviously, that could help you wrap up the match as well. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't change too much at all. I guess, yeah, dropping an Invasion and going up like 1 more creature like a Syphoner. Again, you're going to see Rotpriest less, but maybe it'll just boost the consistency just a little bit. You can also see more Death Touch creatures on the top end, guys. There's some 1 mana Death Touch creatures that we could talk about here real quick. See if it loads. Let's see. Yeah, Fang of Shigeki made the mono green list back in the day when we tried this Cosmic Hunger Rotpriest build with mono green. Fang of Shigeki, I believe, was a 4 of, but for this list, since we're Golgari, we obviously tried the Skulldweller because it has the Death Touch. It's still a 1/1, but it also has the Toxic too, so it's just like way better than the Fang of Shigeki. But maybe more Death Touch creatures could go a long way. Maybe like a 1 of Ashnod? Never get to see this card. Except you don't really want to, yeah, never mind. There's nothing to really sacrifice, but it's a 1/1 with Death Touch, so I thought I'd bring it up. And you'd probably want to lean heavier into the green here anyway, since we're, I don't want to say splashing for the black source, but kind of, sort of. We don't have too many black sources as is, so going up like a couple Fang of Shigekis would just lean us further into the forest, and then we could successfully drop down to 1 swamp. And then Thirsting Roots could always help us find that 1 swamp too. Abandoned Mire was actually pretty good, but it usually is in a deck that has a lot of things that you can take, like the utility land in general. Although I don't really use Who Endures as much as we probably should. Okay, guys, enough rambling, huh? What would you add or take out? Let me know down in the comments. I apologize for blaming luck a lot recently. I don't like to do that, but sometimes it does feel that way, you know what I mean? So you guys will have to let me know in the comments too. Have I been getting a little unlucky sometimes? Either way, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are champions for real, and I will see you in the next video.